Hi, I'm Richard Hall, BottomLine Lawyers in Auburn, California, and serving clients throughout the state. My practice focuses on estate planning, trust administration, tax resolution, bankruptcy, and veteran benefits. Our promise is to deliver you peace of mind. And today, we're going to help you protect your estate from a spendthrift beneficiary.
Another question I get asked periodically is, how can I prevent my spendthrift child from burning through his inheritance? You may know that spendthrift is someone who is not cautious with money, but that is what we're talking about here. Your adult child cannot handle money. He or she has a history of drug or alcohol abuse, reckless spending, or lack of common sense. You are not comfortable leaving the child's inheritance to him or her outright. The solution is a trust. With a trust, you can place safeguards on your child's inheritance to reduce the chance he or she will use it self-destructively. You choose the trustee. You decide when the trustee can distribute funds to your child, and you decide when the trust terminates and your child receives the inheritance outright. Choosing the trustee. A competent trustee is crucial. Many people choose a trusted relative or friend. Select someone with investment experience or the judgment to choose good investment advisors. To avoid a conflict of interest, your candidate should not benefit from the trust. You want a person who is likely to survive for the term of the trust. However, you should name a successor trustee in case your original trustee choice dies or resigns. You'll want to consider the relationship between the beneficiary and your candidate. Will the beneficiary be able to manipulate the trustee and wear him or her down with constant requests for money? A corporate trustee, like a bank or a trust company, will have investment expertise and will be impervious to manipulation. But your trust must have significant assets before a corporate trustee will take on the job. Choosing a distribution scheme. You have many options, from leaving all distribution decisions up to your trustee to providing him or her with explicit directions. Here are 7 possibilities. 1, you give the trustee complete discretion to decide when and how much to distribute from the trust. This scheme gives the trustee flexibility to deal with changing circumstances, but makes the trustee vulnerable to pressure from the beneficiary. It also protects trust assets from the beneficiary's creditors. 2, you give the trustee discretion to distribute income and principal according to an ascertainable standard. One often used standard instructs the trustee to distribute funds when needed for the beneficiary's health, education, maintenance, and support. 3, you require the trustee to distribute all or a percentage of the trust income or value to the beneficiary periodically, for example, monthly. 4, you require the trustee to distribute a fixed amount periodically until trust assets are exhausted. 5, you require the trustee to make distributions when the beneficiary achieves specific milestones, such as remaining drug-free or employed for a specific time. 6, you allow the trustee to make distributions for specific purposes, such as the purchase of a home. 7, you instruct the trustee to pay third parties directly on your child's behalf, for example, tuition to a college. This option also protects the distribution from your child's creditors. Deciding when the trust terminates. You can terminate the trust when the beneficiary reaches a specific age, for example, 50. He or she then receives any remaining trust assets outright. You can terminate the trust in stages, for example, 1/3 when the beneficiary turns 40, 1/3 when the beneficiary reaches 50, and the balance when he or she turns 60. You can let the trust last for beneficiary's lifetime and name another beneficiary to receive the remaining assets when the trust ends. Adding a spendthrift clause. A spendthrift clause in a trust does 2 things. First, it prevents the beneficiary from assigning his or her interest in the trust to someone else or borrowing against that interest. The beneficiary cannot spend any trust funds before they are distributed to him or her. Second, with some exceptions, a spendthrift clause prevents the beneficiary's creditors from reaching assets in the trust. However, funds distributed to the beneficiary from the trust are available to the beneficiary's creditors, just like other assets owned by the beneficiary. In sum, a trust is an effective tool for reining in your spendthrift child's worst impulses. It can ensure that the inheritance you worked hard to provide lasts years or even a lifetime. is available for your child's essential needs.